Alright, so yeah, it happened. The Avengers Doomsday trailer has leaked online, and especially for everything that what we're hoping for, especially for what Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios are building up to for perhaps like the biggest Marvel movie event of all time going to December 2026. And I think for what this leaked teaser is gonna show us with our expectations, and man, there is so much to go over. And so I will not only be breaking down the description for what people have seen, but also talk about what we can expect, especially for everything we know leading up to the movie at this point as well. So let's get right to it. So if you're new, then be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell so much on any future videos. But now let's jump right into it. And now to catch you all up to speed for how this came to be is that recently that it was rumored that Marvel Studios will be attaching 4 different teasers for Avengers Doomsday in front of screenings of Avatar, Fire, and Ash, and which one of them is going to contain like specific scenes from the movie. It's gonna play into the plot and for the big event that's gonna be going down in the actual movie itself. And well, basically, recently is that the first ever one of the 4 teasers for Avengers Doomsday is supposedly very much leaked online, and even though it's been like the hot trending topic that has been surfacing online, especially as made its way over to Twitter X and everything that you can find on social media. And based for what was shown is that yes, it is confirmed that Steve Rogers will be returning in Avengers Doomsday. And from my personal thought on that, and we already know that this was the case because back like December of last year, 2024, it was confirmed that yeah, Chris Evans would be returning as Steve Rogers in Avengers Doomsday. So it perfectly makes sense what was shown in the actual teaser footage itself. But even though it has leaked online, especially with Marvel, that has completely demolished people's videos are trying to repost the trailer, but especially with that leaked teaser that's already getting millions of hits, and especially it is all but confirmed that it's all going to rely on Steve Rogers as the lead, and it's going to pick up after the events of Avengers Endgame, especially with that last shot of Steve Rogers and Peggy Carter having their dance. And this is exactly what the teaser trailer is describing. It's only like 1:06, and not like giving away so much spoilers, but I disclose the fact that I myself do not like leaks, especially with like leaked footage or anything I don't want to see online. But hey, at least this is what people were talking about yesterday, and this is the point where like, oh my gosh, could we expect Avengers Doomsday to be big based on this leaked teaser featuring Steve Rogers as the lead? And now I want to go over the description for what was shown. And also, if you don't want to know anything about this teaser, especially with everything that's happened, especially with leading into Avengers Doomsday, I mean, click away now and come back here just after seeing the teaser in front of Avatar, Fire, and Ash. So let's get right to the description. And so the footage showed Steve Rogers parking his motorcycle in front of the house that was seen at the end of Avengers Endgame. Before approaching the front door, the teaser then unveiled a shot of Steve carefully folding his Captain America uniform, placing it into a box and sealing the lid, and the camera panned to Steve gently cradling a sleeping baby, confirming that he has a son in this universe. And the music swelled, and a message appeared reading, Steve Rogers will return, followed by a 2026 release date, and a close-up of the Avengers logo, and it ended with a ticking countdown timer. And now, for what do I mean by that? Well, at the end, I guess at the end of all those 4 teasers that they're gonna have a countdown clock leading up to the release of Avengers Doomsday, or the marketing strategy for just a trailer. And now just giving my 2 cents on this, and now with Avengers Doomsday, that one of those teasers confirming Steve Rogers' return. But even though I really liked his happy ending from Avengers Endgame, when he would return all the Infinity Stones and having his time with Peggy Carter, and that was like the final scene of the movie. But based on the description for what the movie is going to tell us is that, yeah, I mean, Steve Rogers and Doctor Doom, played by Robert Downey Jr., are going to meet. But for what my point of this is that, yeah, I mean, Chris Evans is returning to the character of Steve Rogers, but especially, I think ever since in press interviews, I mean, Chris Evans has been asked a lot of Avengers-related questions, or Avengers Doomsday, or Captain America-related, but I'm pretty sure he kept that all in secrecy, but hey, Steve and Peggy have a baby. They have a child in their universe, and that I'm pretty sure for what Steve Rogers is going to do based on what they're tackling with this storyline is that he's going to be putting back on the uniform. But especially with my main concern about this is not having Anthony Mackie's Sam Wilson Captain America not being like one of the main characters. It kind of like throws me off of knowing that, I don't know if I call this a desperation, but especially with having like Steve Rogers back, I mean, that's what gets the fans pretty excited of knowing that, hey, like, they're relying so much on nostalgia of what's happening up to this point. But yeah, Captain America and Doctor Doom are going to meet, and that just with what Steve Rogers is going to be going through is having his time with Peggy, and also just by pulling up in front of the house, and after what he just did, and just like having a family. But I'm pretty sure for what's going to be set in store just for the rest of the movie, it's going to be pretty insane. And especially, I'm pretty sure Daniel RPK went on to say is that Steve Rogers is going to be teaser number 1, and then teaser 2 is going to be focusing on Thor, and teaser number 3 focusing on Doctor Doom, and then week 4 is going to be the official full teaser trailer. And so I'm thinking, like, from my point is that they're going to be showing like different scenes from the movie, like just like they're going to be a minute long. But I mean, I don't know if this is somehow like Marvel's way of doing this as a marketing strategy, because again, the first teaser for Avengers Doomsday leaked online. Marvel's security sometimes cannot be trusted, but especially with a first teaser like this that like leaks like wildfire, and now with people that have already spread so much generated conversation about it, and that this is how Marvel wants to market their biggest movie event for next year, is just a teaser from someone's terrible phone quality with like weird blown out audio. But hey, even though I would have loved to experience this teaser in front of Avatar Fire and Ash, I mean, why can't Marvel do their thing and also release it online? Probably like a few days after. I mean, this is how to pretty much do a marketing campaign. Just yeah, like release a first look teaser in front of Avatar, in front of a big audience, and then having those 4 teasers play out over the next couple weeks, and then probably releasing them online too, like a couple days afterwards. But to have a leaked teaser along with the description of it, I mean, even though it gets me hyped even more to knowing that, hey, Steve Rogers is coming back, he's gonna get his time to shine. And also, despite the fact that, of course, they're gonna want the OG stars to be leading the movie, but also give the newer heroes that were introduced in the multiverse saga more time to shine, because hey, we were introduced to these characters over the years, but now, since with having our big names back, like Captain America, Thor, and also Doctor Doom, Robert Downey Jr., but just to have this all be circling around, it sounds like it's gonna be a great movie. I mean, no matter what. And I don't think this is in desperation mode for Marvel Studios, but I think they're trying to do their best to even market this movie. But especially with 1 out of the 4 teasers that suddenly gets leaked online on just a day, that gets so popular, and like now that, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if it's going to prevent people from seeing this in front of Avatar, Fire, and Ash, but it's only just like a minute and 6 seconds knowing that it's going to flash Avengers Doomsday title card with a countdown clock, and like possibly the conflict that's going to be going down with Steve Rogers and Doctor Doom. But yeah, I think even with the description I think it sold me a little bit, but I'm glad to hear that Chris Evans is making his return as Steve Rogers in Avengers Doomsday as well. So I'm guessing for my final thoughts is that I'm like concerned myself that the leaked teaser for Avengers Doomsday leaked online and it's surfaced online everywhere on social media. Even though for what Marvel has cooked up, but I think they should do a better job of marketing this film, of like especially with their marketing strategy that they're doing. But yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see, and hopefully for what the actual product actually turns out for what they are telling with Avengers Doomsday. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a good movie. Yeah, and I'm somewhat excited myself, but intrigued for what's based on here. But that's gonna do it for this video. Just let me know in the comments down below and what your thoughts on this leaked teaser in the description for Avengers Doomsday. Are you happy that Steve Rogers is returning? Just let me know all in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe and turn on notifications about future videos. Also follow all my social medias, all linked down below. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.